Disclaimer: the information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs, to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque, then in the same church, in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness, by giving, will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the Earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become. In being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle. Which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 215th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice here on Tuesday, March 29th, 2022. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name's Rick Cramond. I'll be a host today, along with Mark and other members of the Universal Council who will be presenting today. And let's get into today's workshop. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, my dear Rick. Thank you so much. And welcome, my dear beautiful souls, beautiful ones, dear ones, to the one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. And welcome to the beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. Welcome to the beautiful energies of knowledge seekers, truth seekers. Welcome to the beautiful energies of Earth Councils and Universal Councils. Welcome to the beautiful of the I Am emotion. Welcome. Suswagatam. So I will say some few words that as human being, we are naturally nature. We are nature. We are not separated from anything. We are nature of all that is, all humanity, all the universes, all the galaxies. So there was never a separation. We just have to understand that. So there's a saying from a truth seeker. I'll say what he said, that we are not here to avoid all that is. We are not here to avoid all that is, but we are here to illuminate the light from its original form all over into the new architect for creating by the ethical field of the universal creator, naturally, always. And that is the way, in this transition time, we are coming in this new, I will say, illumination of light. The structure of light has been creating the structure of truthfulness from within us to be in manifestation. So this is very important, that are we witnessing the truth? Are we? Now you see the world as an open book. Nothing is hidden, if you say so. Everything is open and you can see. We have to witness. Then only we can architect. We can be the architect of the light from its original form, from each and every being, all over within us, within all that is, within the cosmos, from within the cosmos, from the universal peace. So this is the beauty. We understand now. This is the beauty and totality. We understand now. We are able to do that. We can share this light from soul level to one soul to another, so that no, as we say, there's the saying that no soul should be left behind. This way, this is transition time. Transmit the love. Sharing each other is independent and free. So I will read this beautiful words. Through the beauty of the soul of diversity of the languages spoken on planet Earth, all souls are as equal and all are as creators as they are created in the image of the Creator. So beautiful these words are. So welcome, my dear ones. Thank you so much. Rick, can we go to the next slide? So this is the next slide. It is about the 5 minutes of silence for the elevation of the soul of the 5+1 peace negotiators, the soul of the IAEA, International Atomic Organization members, Atomic Organization members, all souls working for peace in Vienna, all souls of humanity, the souls of world leaders and religious leaders of planet Earth. So, my dear ones, the time starts now. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much, beautiful souls. The wish, the minutes of silence, it's done. So thank you for being present. Thank you so much. And salam, namaste, salute. And Rick, we can, yes, yeah. This is the wish taken by the Universal Council on behalf of all souls in existence for the protection of my Masaya Shriman and Keshe, our Mehran Tavakoli Keshe, and I will read the wish. We, the Universal Council, wish for the safety and protection of Mr. Keshe. I am present.
I am present.
I'm present.
I am present.
I am present.
I am present.
I'm present.
Yes, Rick, can we go to the next slide? Yes, this is the Dome of Peace. Anybody wants to say something about the Dome of Peace? Call to all knowledge seekers. Any beautiful soul? Okay, this is the knowledge. This is the call to all knowledge seekers from all over the world. We know we are all knowledge seekers. So this is the Dome of Peace. It is here. It has been created by all of us as the architect of the light from within, and from all over the world, knowledge seekers have sprayed the Gan's water, and now the sun from all over has shined in a way, the true sun of our own heart and soul. So this Dome of Peace contains now all the beauty and totality, the oasis, the mechanism of the universal creator. And you are all welcome to join the Dome of Peace. I also welcome all of us to join the Dome of Peace. And here, spraying as we have sprayed in the area where we live, many have sprayed in other cities, in other towns, and I in India, I have sprayed it in the night because of some reason, but I have sprayed it and felt the beauty and totality from inside, that the responsibility I felt, the responsibility being a human being, I felt that I am a part of other souls too. So this is my responsibility to do that. Anyhow, anyway, so still the knowledge seekers are spraying the Gan's water, and Liliana Lopez has his also a Zoom meeting where she connects with all those who wants to join collectively in the Gan spraying. And this is the beauty we are creating, creating the Gans and spraying it for all. Sometimes as a human being from here, sometimes I felt so unimaginable, but now we are doing it. So the oasis with all the enhancement unit and the products and all things are going on anyway. Somebody wants or don't want, we are all coming to each other, connecting to each other. This is the time this Dome of Peace has connected us. It connected us like we are never separate. The home doesn't mean four walls. It means the love you have to other. That is the family. We understood that now. The family is there where love is, and the home is there. Even there is no wall. Here, the Dome of Peace is like that. You can see all that is love. You don't need any money. You don't need, you don't need to manipulate anybody. You just have to be in love. Do your work you want to do. That is the way the Dome of Peace works. It is an oasis of love. Never go away. eternal. So, my dear ones, I will say, join the spraying. Liliana Lopez has the Zoom Zoom meeting ID there for especially for spraying. I'll tell her to type the Zoom meeting ID. Then all of you beautiful souls can join. Those who are new, they can know how they are going to spray, where they are spraying, they can share. That is the beauty. So please come, welcome, 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 my dear ones. The dome of peace is here, and the joyride we always do when the music is on. Thank you, my dear.
Foota, can I add something?
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. I think maybe Mushfaq want to say something. Mushfaq, you go ahead. I heard the. Go ahead.
Okay, you heard the horn. Sorry, it was not me, but I have agents here. So this is Mosfeq. So I want to add a little bit. I'm joined to. When we say joining through the spraying of the GANs, yes, this is definitely something we are doing and will continue to do so. So let's extend this a little bit further. We spray water. What are we doing? We are spraying fields, plasma fields, with our intention and the fields that are within the GANs as well. Now, we have a very powerful energy source within ourselves. Well, would we not spray the fields from that energy source that we call soul? Would it be more effective? It all depends on us. Can it be more powerful than the spraying of the fields using the GANs that we do now? It all depends on us. How far to whichever soul that's there, whether here or even beyond the confine of the planet, we can spread the field. And can we add this to our water spray, that we are spreading our own fields for the benefit of every soul, here and elsewhere? As we know, we are going for the peace on this planet. But maybe it's more than that. As Mr. Keshe has talked about, there is a certain disturbance, in the building of the solar system as well. So is it that our spreading of the field reaches further and affects further than this planet? Can we go there? Why not? So this spraying of the fields through the water, it's almost, we can think of it as an initiation process. We are initiating the spreading of the fields, to which we can relate at the physical level. But what we can do more in the spreading of the field is beyond, in a way, our own imagination. Because as we spread the field, we know that its effects are spreading. We see evidence. And based on that, we further strengthen our intention or go to the higher field strength. The reach and the impact of our spraying of the fields becomes stronger, reaches further. So we need not to limit ourselves to the fields of the water of the GANs do provide. And this is just, we are thinking, in this conversation, in this talking, I'm just mentioning individual fields. So again, that's another starting point, because as the fields come together, the beauty amplifies. So how far we go, that's remained to be seen, but it can go only further, and the field can only strengthen. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mushfaq, and also remember Mr. Keshe in one interview in the Italian radio, he said that all together we're like G8, more than G5, G8, G9, G10. so as we build in this field, we're becoming unbeatable. So we got a lot on our strength. I mean, we cannot imagine the strength we got inside. So this just exercise that. And also the prison, when they put the magraph around the prison, and this knowledge seeker as a testimonial where the people inside the jail changing behavior, and everyone in the prison. So if we imagine Earth and people who suffering or have misconduct or whatever, everyone who is out of balance, if we connect all of us, we can bring this balance back and change also the behavior. You know, if we are more than G5 and we are like G9, so means we can also switch people's minds in a good way. So that's why by doing this, there are a lot we can do. Elevate the politician, elevate people that are suffering, elevating, feeding people who are starving. So if someone is worried about what happened on the other side of the world, by practice connected to the soul level, because we are magrav or we are all plasma device, and also spray, or for example, in Italy, I think they started to emphasize to make ganses and spread it around in the waters, water stream, waterfall, really spread it everywhere. So it's changing the environment, because we know the power of the guns that are powerful and they can clean the environment. And we are made of guns. So as we connect between us, we can also do that. So much we can do really by doing just this simple, just simple things of Peace of Dome. And it can be done in many, many different levels and different ways. So it's very, very important. That's why we remind every Sunday, because it's very important. And this really empowers us. In this way, we can bring a change. I just wanted to add this. Thank you.
Thank you, Stefania. Thank you so much. Thank you, my dear Mushfaq, for your beautiful words. Anybody wants to say anything? Or we can go to the next slide. My dear. Okay, this is a...
Yes, thank you. Yeah, okay, very good. So this is the slide for One City, One Center. And so we also talk about this every Tuesday, because as you, I remember Mr. Keshe when he said, we have to, with the plasma technology, you can reach any fields or any, that's why it's a new era. That's why it's called a new era. Now we enter the plasma era. So there are many ways. So with the plasma dome, we change the environment by spraying, and then at the soul level, because we are plasma being, and we're a plasma device. We can connect because we share in the same common denominator that also connect us to the universe and to the creator. So we got a lot of power that we need to practice. And at the physical level and at the soul level. So at the physical level, because as you know, also Mr. Keshe always suggests, a simple things: to think good, do good, and be good. So do good, think good, do good, and be good. We can practice and do good. We can practice again in many ways. So one of these ways, one city, one center. It's more for at the physical level. So that actually is not true. That is at the physical level, because we see that they're all interacting together. One is interlinked with the other. So as Mr. Keshe taught us last Christmas, to focus at the soul level, all of us, all knowledge seekers, and anyone who can at the soul level bring the change. And then he said that I'm dealing with the physical, so he was more dealing with the taking care of the negotiation. And still now, he said right now we're in a very delicate situation, as you know what happened in the other part of the world. So even now, more than ever, we have to keep in doing this connection. And matter of fact, Rafael with the Brazilian group, they meeting up every day, and everyone is welcome. And they, I think it's 7 CET time, but if I'm wrong, someone have to correct me. This is what I remember, 7 CET time, where every day they meeting to connect at the soul level. And then in practical ways, like a physical way, how can we spread this technology faster? So you see the results. So after Christmas, we managed to bring forward the Peace Project. And as a result, 3 centers will open up very soon. 1 is already open and 2 will open very soon. And you can see here in the screen, the 3 centers. And also those centers will connect like we do at the soul level. Those machines will connect. So we creating again, like a Mushfaq said, we strengthen this field force to bring the change for the goods of all. And also I want to bring up today something that happened in the Italian team. And in the Italian team, for example, we had a meeting with Krasimir, that is the Universal Council, and is also looking after the distribution and the sales. So we had a meeting with him because, for example, in the Italian community, many people worry for the situation of today, a lot of people losing jobs. So we have to respond and find a way to support each other's the best we can. And I can see that the situation of today in the world, it just forces us or bring condition to become more self-sufficient, more self-responsible, but also it brings us to really cooperate with one another and support as we can one another. So, for example, last week I was just hearing a talk about these entrepreneurs who've been very successful, and he's been start to really stand up in his own feet and think for himself, okay, which knowledge I have that I can share with others that will bring me self-independent from whatever happened in the world, and plus it will give me the opportunity to help others. So he just looked itself and the skill he had, and simply he started to share his own knowledge with others. And this brought him up to really have a very good income. And then during the lockdown, because he started to have a very good income, more than he thought, he started to donate money to groups or people that he thought they were had integrity, and they were doing goods for not just themselves but society. So he shared some of his income and donate to these people. So he said, if everyone does that, if everyone starts to support each other, then whatever happened is easier for everyone to go through it. And so anyway, go back to the Italian group that some of knowledge seeker there, I was having financial difficulties. So I thought, how can we support each other? So I wanted to ask Krasimir if there was any way to that we can do that through the plasma technology, as we are all learning plasma, and how can we support our community. So in this meeting come up that Krasimir really strengthened the fact that it will be really very beneficial for everyone and for the foundation if we all become distributors. So he said that the best way would be, if as many distributors as we can, that this will facilitate the spreading the knowledge of the plasma technology and the development further in the manufacture. So I just now I ask Krasimir, that I know is here, to maybe leave him the space of One City, One Center to just go deeper a little bit on this subject and explain which are the benefits for all of us to become distributor. So instead, because I thought it's not a problem maybe the Italian community has, but maybe other community has the same issue. So I thought to share it in this platform. So I don't know, Krasimir, if you are there and you can speak.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, very clearly. Yeah, so already, if you just want to say which are the benefits of become distributor for us and for everyone, with your knowledge, and then briefly, I know you put the email here, just say the step to become, so if you just want to say which are the benefits for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay, just in a few words, how I see it is that basically the distributorship of Keshe Foundation manufacturing, it serves many purposes. This is very important for us to understand. One of the main purposes is that it allows for different people to get connected and to experience the technology by the fact that the distributors are showing and presenting the technology in their own communities. On the other hand, it helps different people to improve their financial situation. As you said, in these times, it's getting harder and harder for people to make ends meet. So this is really an opportunity for people to get help with that. A lot of people think that becoming a distributor is very complicated and it requires something that they don't have. As a matter of fact, this is not the case. The only thing that you need to do is basically to send an email to sales@kfm.global. This is number one. Number two, you will receive an email with instructions And the main point after that email was to go through the security vetting process. It's basically something like an application form that you go through in a website so that you get verified, you get the security clearance. As you know, it's very important that we work with the people that we can trust. So this is a required step. Nobody can go around it. Everyone that's working in the foundation in any way went through such a security process. It's nothing complicated. Then basically you receive, after you become, then you receive the contract, you sign the contract. After you get clearance from the security, it's very easy. We sign the contract and you become the distributor. What this means is that basically you will have a distributor's account in the Keshe Foundation store with different discounts applied already to the store on your profile. So when you order for the people around you, you will be ordering on the discounted rate already. This is pretty much simple and very standard procedure amongst different retailers and people that are dealing with items like the ones that we deal with. A lot of people see this as very complicated because there are a large amount of products to be distributed, and they think that it's too much effort to focus on so many different products. As a matter of fact, it's very easy to choose just a few of the products and focus on them, because different products, they have different applications, they have different target audiences, so to speak, and they would require different messaging, different marketing, different strategy that you can have. So if, for example, you have a lot of friends or a lot of connections in, let's say, in different sports, you can focus on a few products that are helping athletes and sports people get better results, reduce inflammation, increase their results. So you don't have to focus, let's say, on the plant pot or the butterfly. You can focus on the gel products, for example, which would make it really easy for you to, first of all, to get all the necessary materials from us in terms of marketing, in terms of images and a part of catalogs, so that you can have your presentations. And at the same time, you don't spread your efforts too much. You stay focused, and you have some part of the day that you can use for this. As a very beginning, thank you, Rick, for sharing the Easter bundles. This is an effort of the KFM sales team that we want for more and more people to get introduced to the technology. And that's why we've created the Easter bundles. They're basically with quite good discounts. With the Easter bundles, you're getting really, really good prices. They're all with 20% discount on their original rates, and they have a fixed shipping rate of 20 euro. There are different bundles, different bunnies, we call them, that you can have that cover exactly different aspects of the technology. Let's say the fashion bunny is the clothing, the t-shirt and the pants. The protection bunny is the field absorption butterfly and the paint enhancement. This is extremely beneficial for any kind of space that you're using. Now, a lot of people are confined in small spaces. Some of them are working from home, some of them are working from the office, but we live in such an age that most of the time we spend in one space. So this bunny is specifically for that space to be protected, not only to be protected, but also to get the benefit of different MAGRA fields that interact with you and with anyone that's in that space, so that you also get rejuvenation and balancing. The energy bunny, it's a different application. The energy bunny is mostly for water. We know that water is very important on many different levels. We know the oxygen, we know the hydrogen in terms of plasma. They mean a lot more than what we're used to, and they have different functions. That's why we've addressed those functions to be the best they can be with the use of the energizer and alkalizer. This is a very simple yet very powerful way of presenting the technology and showing the technology in a way that people can understand. Like, there are many different tools like the energizer, alkalizer on the market. So this is not something like, we're not talking about Spaceship here. So it's not too wide of a jump for the people to accept, to see that this technology have application on very mundane even and daily parts of our life. It comes with a dispenser, the CH3 GANS dispenser, the dry one, because in this spring fatigue time, people can also energize themselves with the CH3. We know that CH3 is more or less related to the blood. It is as if we are talking about the blood. So it gets you really energized, and together with the energizer and alkalizer, combined with the CH3, you have really pure water, alkaline water, and energized water. The gardening bunny is a totally different aspect. We're not talking about the energy. We're not talking about the water. We're talking about the I don't know how to call it, arts or crafts. Okay, there is a question. I will reply to it afterwards. Thank you for the question. So the gardening bunny is for the people that want to see how the technology can help in their gardening efforts. Even for people that are involved in agriculture, for example, this can be really test drive also to see how the plant feeder pot, which is the ceramical pot, and the GANS enhancement plant care, which is the fertilizer, how they can do a magnificent job in starting a new life from seed, starting a new plant from the seed. Or if you use the fertilizer separately, you can enhance the plant, or you can save the plant, or you can help it grow much better. This is not only for people who want to grow something new and that are interested in the gardening. This is also for you to make a test and see. You can plant the same seed in the plant feeder pot and feed it with the plant care fertilizer, and the same seed as a control, you can put it in a regular pot and feed it with the regular fertilizers and see the difference. Now that we see quite a drastic increase in fertilizers worldwide, this technology, as Mr. Keshe said in the beginning, is going to solve a lot of world's problems and issues. So now these issues with the food overall, the American president said that food shortages are on the horizon, and they're something that we need to expect for. And one of the reasons is exactly the problems with the fertilizers worldwide that they are going to happen. So the gardening bunny is in a way showing you the...
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
No, sorry, my volume went off and I thought you stopped talking, but actually was the internet problem, sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Go ahead.
Really quick to go through, like a different aspect is the head to toe bunny. For the people that are more into the technology, they know that we need to create field interaction and difference in the fields. So we apply the migraine ice cap on the top, on the head of the body, and the gel slippers at the bottom of the body, so that we create this plasma field that is covering the whole body. This way, you will first of all relieve all kinds of problems that you might have in the head area and in the lower part of your body. You can balance your emotions, you can balance the fields of your body, and really fast rejuvenate and restore your energy after a very stressful day or a very physically active day. This is definitely something that every house should have. So if you look at it, if you only take this head to toe bunny and focus on that, there is enough, there's absolutely enough people that need that. So it's not hard to find people that can benefit from it. Everyone can benefit from it. The spa bunny is for the women mostly. The Gans mask, the small width, with handmade soaps. It helps rejuvenate and protect the skin, especially in this period that we move, the sun becomes stronger and the skin on the face becomes irritated, sometimes dry. So we know that it needs to be protected. That's why you use the mask and you use the soap bars. And the Curious Bunny, this is basically for the knowledge seekers. You have the CO2 set, which allows you to create your own CO2 GANS material with the amino acid and a little bit of zinc GANS material. And you have the GANS reactors, the 3 and 4 centimeters, which allows you to create a field interaction, potential difference between one and the other. And it also, they are the round, the spherical reactors. So you can also have it rotating to create dynamic reactor. So you can even make experiments, one of them to be dynamic, the other one to be static. With this Curious Bunny, you can make all sorts of things. Not to mention that the CO2 has so much applications that only the CO2 set can get you going for a lifetime. This is only few examples. These are only a few examples of the different applications of the technology and how wide we can position the technology depending on different needs. And that's why Easter Bundle is a very good beginning for everyone to understand, to get to know the technology, to benefit from reduced prices. We wanted to make it so that more people can afford it. That's why this is the highest discount that we've ever made so far. Again, the bunny and the eggs, the decoration is not included in the bundles. It's only the products. So you still have time until Easter. You can get those bundles. This is only part of what we are doing in order for us to spread the technology. Remember, we're not doing this more like a commercial side. Of course, there is this part, but mainly we are trying to get people to know the technology, to get in touch with the technology, to start benefiting the technology. Because if we want change, if we want to get to the point where there is peace on the planet, we need, before that, to get to the point of acceptance of this technology, which on itself will bring a shift in the in the status quo in terms of different ideas and beliefs. To a lot of people, this technology is still unbelievable, and by using and spreading the applications and the products, we make this technology believable. Because once people interact with it and see that it's working and get inspired, it becomes like a snowball effect. So the distributors are shifting this technology from the space of the unbelievable to the space of the believable. And this is very important mission. It's not like you're becoming a distributor for something, I don't know, for lollipops. You're becoming a distributor of peace, so to speak. So it is an important task. And even though there are some challenges here and there in the process, we're not perfect, of course, the end goal is worth it. And that is the reason why we want the more people, the better, more people to become distributors. Okay, there is a quick question. Do we have to have an order first before you ship the item? Or we can receive samples to show physically the product and get orders? First, you have to go through the security to sign the contract, and then you receive your distributor account. From there onwards, you can order with the discount and use the products as a sample. There are no sample products per se, so you can use many of the products using your discount as samples. There is another question. Can I sell to my friends and family in different countries? Yes, you can sell to friends and family in different countries. It's a question of shipping, of course. And is there a minimum quantity per order? Luckily, there is no minimum quantity per order. So it's totally up to you how much and what you want to order. Keep in mind that we are a network. You don't stay alone when you are a distributor. You get the support of this network. You get the support of the foundation with different materials. You support the foundation by giving different ideas how we can make things better. So it is exactly the time that everyone can benefit not only from the technology, but from this opportunity to become a distributor. Benefit, well, what greater benefit than peace, right? If we achieve that, the rest is history. So that's in short what I wanted to say. I really want to invite everyone who's listening to send an email to sales@kfm.global and receive the instructions to become a distributor, to become part of history, basically. Thank you for that.
Krasimir, there's a question in the live stream from Freed who says, Dear Krasimir, do earlier distributor codes still apply as issued in 2020?
Yeah, it's basically not the issuer, not the distributor codes, it's the security clearance. If you have the security clearance from 2020, usually it stays active until now if there is no change, of course. In this case, we only need to re-sign the contract. You need to send an email with stating that you are the distributor. We only need to sign the contract for 2022 and you can get going once again.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, Krasimir. I would like to invite you again next week, maybe in the following week, because I'm sure, especially who doesn't speak English, for example, for the Italian group, I promised them I was going to translate this bit in Italian, and I'm sure they maybe will have a question next time, and I invite everyone to maybe think, go in the Keshe Foundation and check the website and have a photo of what Krasimi said. And maybe next week, if you would like to come again, we maybe that we're gonna have more questions as well. That so to give time maybe some people to think and digest, and then come with more questions.
Sure, no problem.
Perfect. I was thinking the other day, there was this scientist, I think in California, and because in these days you just don't know. No one knows anything now, and what happened in the world. And these scientists, they show this article where this company in UK actually released in California this modified genetic mosquito, no? And they're attracted to the chemical that are in soap and shampoos. But I was thinking the plasma technology can be a perfect replacement for that, So if we use plasma soap, we really, because a lot of time we don't know what happened outside, but we can do a lot for us and our friend to strengthen our body and strengthen our soul, no? And the plasma technology is all about that, strengthening the soul, like you said. The benefits are endless, I think, and there are no side effects. Am I right? I mean, this product don't have side effects because the plasma, as far as I know, we take our body, we are made of plasma, so and we take what we need, so we just balance us, but not just physically, also mentally, because in these days also a lot of people, they feeling a lot of angry, or they're unhappy, or a lot of anxiety. So one thing's unique about the plasma technology is that also work at the emotional level.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
the emotional level.
As you said, as we know from the beginning of the teachings, the plasma is giving only what is needed and is taking only what is not needed. It cannot give more than what is needed, and it cannot take more than what is needed. So in this sense, this is the perfect technology, so to speak. And it's really hard for me sometimes to understand when people are really into the technology and are discussing different aspects of it, but I have never tried it and have never experimented with it. I know that a huge portion of the technology is based on the soul level, interaction of the soul. But as we are still in some kind of physicality, I believe that we need to have this interaction with the technology to be able to understand it better, also to be able to understand better our soul and the soul interaction. And how can we interact, and how can we talk and discuss anything about plasma organces if we've never touched it, tried it? No, I don't mean tried to interact with it, and at the same time want to understand more. Of course, everybody understands the technology. There's nobody wrong in his understanding of the technology, but I believe the faster we interact, the faster we are going to understand. And when you don't have, you can, with the technology and the products, to my understanding, you can be in a way a lazy student, but still study, because you would not have to create it on your own, even though it's preferable for you to create it to be able to understand it even better. But if you are like lazy, like some people like me, for example, and don't have enough time to create it, you can benefit from the products and you can have real interaction. Let's take the CO2 set, for example. You get one of the most important GANs materials, the CO2. Only by getting this set, you can have your material and get yourself going with experiments and understanding different applications, different experiments. You know that based on the technology, you can create many different applications. And as Mr. Keshe said, There are as many applications, even more than there are people on the planet. So why don't we do it? Just thinking out loud. Thank you, Stephanie.
You're welcome. So we're looking forward to see you next week. So if
Sure.
people can
Just
now
let me
take
know, I'll be
time a
there.
week to think more question, and I think definitely you're right. Every road is good. So try, because for example, in the past, I heard, people maybe when they see the prices as well of the product, and this, I had the question in the past where some people said for some people can be high, expensive. But I think people have to keep in mind that these are made by hand, one by one. Is correct. It's not like you go into mass production. You have a procedure to
Not
make.
everything is made by hand. Like the soaps, for example, are handmade. The ceramics are handmade. Not everything is handmade. But when we're talking about the price and when we're talking about expensive, we need to think expensive compared to what at first, and we need to think what solution it gives you. What problem does it solve? If the paint pen can solve your pains from now until the end, or you can have in your pocket a small emergency when anything happens anywhere, with this pen you can get the solution. So if you compare what problem it solves, how it solves it, and for how long you can use this item, well, then you can have a different view. Because as there is the challenge, they are positioned as very regular products, exactly for the people to be able to understand and get to know and to see that this technology can be applied in very everyday products, and they can interact and use it daily. But there is a space technology embedded in these products. We should not forget that. It's Keshe Foundation is a space organization. We are talking about deep space travel and technology that is going to be applied in deep space travels. So it's like taking something from a spaceship and applying it on Earth, even though it looks standard, even though that it feels standard, like every other product that there is, it is not very standard, and it solves the problem in a very specific way, and it solves the problem long term, because you can use this item for a long time. And also, let's not forget, there is an added value to what you do. The money that you're using to pay for these products, they're not going to fund activities that you don't know about. They are going to support the foundation for its effort towards peace. If you don't think it's worth it, well, don't get it. But if you believe that with this action, yes, you cannot give your time because you're busy, you cannot give your something else, but you can get the product, and you know in your soul, in your heart, that you are supporting, you're helping with this, and you're benefiting yourself, and you're spreading the technology, and you're allowing for this to grow and to develop. So if we look at it in perspective and deeper than the material matter state, it's slightly different, I think.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. It's Mehran, CES, fourth language. I think it's Casimir. It's a good idea, very good idea. And secondly, you are the best person to tell me about the delivery of products. Actually, how long does it take the moment we order, and then in case we become successful because I've never been successful in paying. It just doesn't accept for whatever reason. And then when I pay, how many weeks I should be waiting for a small objects like a butterfly or mask or whatever. I live in Europe.
Okay, so Mehnas, if you have any issue with ordering, if you don't know the process, you can get in touch with me. I'm almost always online, so I can help you with that.
Thank you.
We are often interacting, so if you have any problem with that, I can help you. It's not a problem. Officially, it's up to 90 days. It's always been up to 90 days, exactly for us not to have any kind of problems, issues with people that are like really hesitant and getting angry that they did not receive their items in time. We do our best for the products to be shipped immediately. And from there onwards, they are getting delivered in 1, 2, 3 weeks up to 90 days. You should understand that currently there is like in the supply chain system worldwide, it's very tricky, and everything is getting challenges on the way, simply because of the situation in the global situation. Also because in China there is an increase in the cases. There are very large ports in China that have been closed, and they're not functioning right now. There are many different challenges, and we are not talking about the global economy as it was before the pandemic, where everything was working, everything was being shipped properly and was getting at the right time. I'm not saying that we're not shipping it at the right time and it's not getting the right time, but we have this buffer of 90 days until which you can receive it. Usually it's much faster, especially in Europe. Especially if you can send always, once you are ready, you can send emails to support. They can double check it, and you'll be sure that you are going to get your package delivered. For Europe, it's much shorter, and worldwide also not as much as 90 days, but only for like as a buffer, as people not to get really irritated. We have this 90 days, up to 90 days delivery.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Okay, we have a couple of hands up here. Miguel had a hand up apparently, and maybe has a question.
Yes. Hi, hello. Sorry, I got in late. I missed almost everything. I'm new in this, but a friend referred me to this type of information, which I really appreciate, and I need to thank everybody involved in this process. And the question is, I have a family member that is getting ready for chemotherapy, and I'm in New York. How we can get like a type of treatment intervention here in New York? If somebody can give us like, give me information how to do it and how this knowledge can be helpful in this situation.
Are you in New York, you said just now?
Yeah, New York, yes.
Yeah, I think the best things, definitely if all this, it's very delicate for bureaucratic reason, because the knowledge seeker can get in trouble if they just help without the supervision of a doctor. So it's very, very essential that you find a doctor that it's open to the plasma technology. I know in New York there is ASA, and maybe she can guide you to maybe find a doctor that it's open to give a support. But it's very important that there is a doctor that's supervised, because let's say when things, let's say that if there is any problem, then the knowledge seeker, even though there's a very good willing help you, support you, they can go in trouble because they're not doctors. So it's very important for the best of everyone. Plus, if you have a doctor who follow this case, you have a concrete track of what's happening, of the improvement that you gain. So it's very important to have a proper test to really understand how, because the more, if you go doctor, it can be more specific and more effective in the help. The plasma doctor team, at the moment, Mr. Keshe said it last week, it is suspended because of the overwork they're doing of creating this center around the world. So they're all overloaded. So there's a lot of time, the doctor who already have a lot of experience with the plasma technology, they are super busy on open up this center. But nevertheless,
do you have the number? How I can get in contact with Dr.
Azar?
Yeah,
I don't know if she's here now. I don't know if she's here now. I don't know. I think at the end you will. Rick.
Stefania, he was mentioning that he is a doctor. I think he was trying to say.
Perfect. So Azar, I don't know if there's anyone here. I don't know if it's Azar here, and she will be the best person.
Are you a medical doctor, like MD type doctor?
I'm MD, yeah, with specialty and so specialty, yes.
And in that case, let me get the, there's an address for doctors. It's doctors at Keshe Foundation, or I'm not sure. I'll have to have a look at it here.
I think I saw in a video that is doctor something. Yeah, I can send the email too.
Just trying to find it here. Just a second. Let's see. Yes, it's doctors at keshefoundation.org. And you can apply there to become part of the doctors with the Keshe Foundation. And there's special private teachings for doctors that are involved with that group.
Yes, but besides that, I need for the family member, like somebody can help, like, to expedite the process where we can avoid or do together, avoid like a chemotherapy or have like a simultaneously like a follow-up if that's possible. If the doctor, instead of me going, which I also interested through all the process of getting involved and getting prepared for this, like if I can expedite the process, talking with somebody that is in New York and is able to help, I really appreciate that. I would like to.
Yes, right. The private doctors group would be perfect for that. They have a weekly meeting, and I believe Dr. Gatwa is part of that as well.
Rick, the doctor meeting are suspended at the moment because they focusing on the open up of the centers. And Mr. Keshe said whenever he can, he will follow up the doctor directly. But the best, I think, if you can get in contact, send an email or find a way to get in contact with Azar or Mr. Keshe, that even just by emailing info@keshefoundation.org. You have to find a way to. I don't have.
Well, I still recommend the doctors at keshefoundation.org because you have to actually apply and get go through the screening process first as a doctor to even communicate with all this.
Yeah.
So
I sent the email already now while we were talking.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
Very good.
Okay. Thank you very much. So there is not like a direct contact with a doctor working on this. I need to wait for the follow-up, for the reply from the email and follow the process, right?
Yes, generally that's the way it's done. You have to go through the security process, as was mentioned. Everyone that has contact with the Keshe Foundation has to go through that security process to make sure. But having a contact with Dr. Azar might be helpful as well. Dan mentions shows the address in the chat here, or her name
okay.
and
So
messenger.
Dr. Azar
Azar.
is in the chat. Is in the chat information. Okay, let me. Okay.
Says
I
just
got
her
it.
messenger
Azar, okay.
name, I guess. Yep, Azar Bojaran.
Get in touch with me.
And
a lot of
I speak
doctors
Spanish
getting,
as well.
yeah, a lot of doctors getting together to also prepare for the center. So you if you follow it up, you will find someone who give you support.
Here's her Azar's email address through the Universal Council. Maybe that's a good way to contact, which is I'm showing it on the screen here now. It's a uc.farsi@theuniversalcouncil.org.
Can you repeat it? That's for Dr. Azar.
Okay. That's for Farsi language, Azar, but she's also English, so it works. uc.farsi, that's uc.farsi, Farsi, Farsi, at theuniversalcouncil.org.
Okay. Are you able to write it down on the chat, please?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, it's in the chat there now.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm gonna write right away to him. Thank you very much.
Excuse me, I'm not a doctor, but I'm a knowledge seeker for some time. In fact, it's not a treatment, it's a balancing of the conditions of the body and environment. And it was, so it's not really treatment like other things. It considers a lot the whole holistic situation, condition of the body, soul, emotion, and body, and the wish of the person. So it's completely another idea of treatment. And it was at first created for space. When in the spaceship there is no medicals, so how could they treat the problems of the people in the spaceship? So that's how it started. So, you know, just something which creates the condition and balances the condition. So it's the attitude, the plasma attitude.
Thank you, Mehran. It's a little hard to hear you there, but we got the gist of it.
Yes, Tarek, if there is no question for this, sales for the word, I will say beautiful words from dear Kazimir. Thank you so much, the distributors of peace, and so it is. So that is the beautiful way to work for in the services for the benefit of all. That is. So thank you, Kazimir. Thank you so much. We can go to the next slide. Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to check if there's any further questions. Miguel, you have your microphone open. Should I mute you? Or?
Yeah, please. I don't have any more. Thank you very much. I'm gonna mute it. Okay, thank you.
Very good. Thank you for interacting today.
I did have a question for Krasimir on the bunny specials, and I know someone had asked me, for example, on the migraine, the skull cap or the slippers. I would think that would be for a single person to use, or a single, not to be shared. Are there any rules, or what is your understanding about sharing of any of these products?
Best use is, yes,
other?
thank you for the question. The best use of the products is personal use, because the fields get entangled, so to speak, with your own fields, and they start interacting with your own body fields. So it is advised not to be shared, because it's like a personal item. So it's best if you use it personally. It will give you the best results when you use it alone.
Now, with that, how would that work with the pain pen, for example? Can you use the pain pen on others, or can others use your pain pen?
The best use of it if you use it personally. Like from there onwards, it's up to you. It will give results, of course, but the best use will be to use it personally and don't share it with other people whenever possible.
Okay, thank you. Okay, perhaps we can move to the next slide.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Yes, this is the Mehran page. So Andreas, I think he's here with us. And yes, I know that we run a little bit now. It's 22:05, so I know that we run a little bit late. So I don't know, Andreas, are you here with us? I think I saw you. So yeah, you are here. Yeah, I can see. Can you hear me? Because maybe my
mic is open. We're not hearing you.
Sorry. Now you should hear me.
Okay.
I'm here.
Are you here? Okay, perfect. So the Mehran, briefly, for who is new, I just gonna say there was a project that was done around 2017, and we just want to share that experience, because the good things about the Mehran project was that apply the plasma technology, but without the ganses. So we had to learn where the soul is. As we know, the soul is like a black hole now we know this is in the middle of the head, it's inside of the body. And we need to know, we need to learn how to interact with it, and how to really take off the most potential of our body, to use our body as plasma device. So the goal of the Mehran was also to go into space and make also, as you know, you can travel with your soul, and you can be your own spacecraft, or you can travel in four and make a spaceship in four people. So the Mehran was also about that. How can we travel into space? So we didn't use any of the ganses, and we tried to use our body to connect and travel. So then we decided to share this experience that we had. And I do agree, like Mr. Keshe said last week after Andreas make the question, Andreas from the German community, make the question that the German community wanted to know from Mr. Keshe and about emotion. And obviously, Mr. Keshe said that we all had a different understanding and different totality. And but I think it's important to share the experience. And hopefully, we all going to have a better understanding of that project. And like he said, we will go back to it and we all going to benefit from it. So last week, Andreas presented a little bit more about the presentation again about the emotion. So if I don't know if you, Andreas, you want something to show, or you want people maybe make you question about it, whatever you want. I'll give space to you.
Okay, thank you, Stefania. Is there a way that I can share some pictures, Rick?
Yes, we have to make you into a panelist here. Let me promote you. Okay, you should be able to share there. I'll stop the sharing, might make it easier.
Can I also draw on the camera?
Let me see if that's activated. I believe you can, or if you, oh, let me allow to start video if you need to actually start your video. Okay.
Great, thank you. So after we climbed this bunny mountain, that's the picture I got from all the bunnies. I would like to give you a point of overview. And actually, this is basically one first question when we talk about giving or looking. So either we're looking from outside. This is your eye. We look somewhere inside, like if this is a jar, or basically you would look from the jar to the outside, and then you would be here.
I'm not seeing an image yet, I believe.
I'm not seeing it either.
Oh. No.
Now we see something.
Let me start again.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so usually we watch from a certain point of view. We watch to the outside. So if this is the planet here, we want to go to space. But almost everyone, including sometimes myself, has difficulty to do the opposite, basically to watch from outside inside. And now, as we had Mr. Keshe speaking last week, again about the cups and the oranges, he set up this very looking delicious meal on that glass plate with the mirror on the top. So if I stop this for a moment and change to this picture here, the question is, what do you see? Do you look outside or do you look inside? I'd like to go through a couple of these. Just look at the picture for a couple of seconds and ask yourself, what do you really see? Or what do you focus on? I will stop here for a moment because we have more than just 2 or 1 here. We have a couple of structures, and even the most curious ones. Basically, my question here is, do you focus to see the star, or do you focus to see the box? So if we focus on this, this would be the star. And if we look here, we definitely have a box. And now if you look a bit closer, we have the box again here. And we would have the box here as well. So either you look from the circle outside and you will see boxes, or further away a star, or you see from the star into yourself and you see a box and a circle in many different states. Oops. Sorry. One second, I got lost here. Okay. So when we have the mirror, we basically don't really know what is up and or down, because it can be both of it, so vice versa. This image is on the top, but it looks very much the same. It's hard to decipher if there are any differences. So now going back to your point of view, we had these circles drawing a couple of times already. We saw that if we freeze water, we basically see a structure inside. So it's not about to freeze yourself or put yourself in the freezer, but yet to become still and basically see what's going around inside. So from watching from the inside and to see or to long for something, that is all what we know. But how do we watch inside? And so this is basically a reflection. Every ring of this is like a bubble, so it's a 3D bubble. And every ring replicates itself through a mirror effect or a reflection. So when we start to close down, close the windows, or let go of the exterior, or we can recognize ourselves basically in this circle here as just a replication of this one, and then of this one, and then of this one, and then maybe there are even more circles inside. So we have like a route or a map from layer to layer, like an onion. So when we have a wish that comes from here, it will go outside. And the more truthful you are to yourself with this wish, the more your environment will reflect back to you. Now this connection through the stillness, when we shut the windows or close our eyes, we are basically shut down in this box. And now we had the orange somewhere here. It can go inside. So if we have the orange as a star, and then the box, and then a bigger star, maybe like this, round, and then we have again the box. On the bigger scale. This is what we see in a water droplet that is frozen. So now if we focus and shut the windows and watch inside, we will see again structures, movements. Everything that is around us is also within us. So from very heavy or dense, as the water looks outside, the much smaller are the parts that are inside. Call it plasma or field. So in this field, again, this is what you send out basically with your wishes. So when you wish to elevate your soul, or if you wish to elevate someone else's soul, this is what you're sending out. If you think you're a bad person or whatever that judges you, this will come back to you in a different way. And now in the big picture, if you have the Earth here, and let's say everything is water or water droplets, we all are somewhere here. And we know that basically what is in the outside is also in the inside. So when we are actually running around here, we already know that there must be more layers inside. And so we stop focusing on the outside and go the word in the way inside. So it's like giving inside and giving outside, or a taking outside and a taking from the inside. The more we are attracted or attached to whatever is outside of you, we will basically irritate you enough that you will be stuck in this outer layer or outer orbit. So maybe this is the final answer about closing the windows. What do you say, Stefania?
Very good, very good. Because even a small thought, when it's negative, you know, this is what this master also said, no? Shaolin master, he said, a small thought can create a war in the other side of the world, you know? So everything come back to you. So I really like this this example you said of the mirror. Yeah, it was brilliant. Everything go back to you. So
so what I would like to make it a bit easier to understand, the people around here on the surface, they are also somewhere here. because we are all connected through these layers or the fields. So basically sending out wishes, love, whatever you want to give, to share with everyone. This also happens inside of your body when you do that exactly. Because again, you have to define where is the center coming from, or where is the wish coming from. And so basically what the planet is doing, every entity is doing as well. So first you need to know, or either you already know, how to behave correctly to your environment, which means already how you treat yourself and how you take actually care of yourself. Not only in the body, but everything in between. And if I remember correctly, Keshe remembered us on Thursday that the brain, if this is the brain, so the emotion of thoughts, that is what's going around here. So this is the field strength that we know. So how about changing the field strength here with your thoughts, and then basically transform yourself or what you are in this moment, because you're just a resonance of your thoughts, become more peaceful. And through the discovery of your layers or of your inside world, going inside, you will get a different picture from the outside as well. Because we were looking over here, just here. So if the connection through the mirror not only brings you inside, but also into the outer dimensions of the universe, means just this center here is somehow connected to every layer. And you will get what you give. So when you stand in front of the mirror and basically either you're content with yourself, you're happy with yourself, or you think, yeah, there is always something missing, try to remember, close your eyes, and then just go into basically your inner world that starts with your thinking. And if you have peaceful thoughts, this will resonate with your body here. So we don't need to be sick, we just need to be basically aware of what we are thinking over all the time. But now not in a controlling way of, how we know the system. It's more like a relationship from the inside and the outside. And the breath is the connection there. I hope this makes the positioning a bit easier to understand and gives some orientation how to basically connect with your inside world, and makes you definitely aware of what's going on in your brain. Because what is in your brain is basically a reflection of your body, or the other way around. Does it make any sense, or are there any questions?
Oh, it makes good sense. I think your graphics put it very clearly, and your words as well. We need to look inside for the source, not outside. So that's what I get out of it as the prime idea. And it's a great reminder that we can actually do that in the moment, to seek the source of attention by putting our attention inward instead of outward, which is our usual fashion as humans to always place our attention on things outside of us. But we need to split our attention and put part of it inside to seek that source of attention.
And so if we remember last week, I was bringing up again the sort of prayer or mantra, and I would like to visualize this a little bit more specific today. So instead of focusing on reaching whoever you want in the outside, put them just inside of your cup. So you will become the cup for once, square box. And now you invite everyone or the planet. I will make it a bit easier now in the color that you remember. So invite everyone to participate basically in the game of existence or in the joy of life. And by integrating this ball, star, or orange in your cup, this is the same.
Dear Andreas, can I say something?
Yes, please.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, my dear. You have explained it so beautifully, as Rick said. So much easier to understand, like the outside and the inside, and connected in the soul level we are, how it is, and the intention truthful always works. And here, as I grown up in India, and I will say that here that was posted by Azhar too, that there is a yoga form. Yoga, the alignment of mind, body, and soul. They say like that. And there's the yoga of samadhi. Samadhi, as you have explained this, this is the interaction and the balance was created like the magra. And you are in balance, in peace, we can say in the position of samadhi. And then the energy of giving releases from yourself. Because the moment the energy you need, you have it. And then you become a giver. This is the way, but in our culture, what has told about samadhis and the higher level sadhus and then sannyasis and all Brahmins. Some Brahmins can do the samadhi, and they have to fast and don't eat, and they just fossilize themselves, and the soul goes away in the heavenly abode where they don't have to. They reincarnate, like the energy that goes away from here. They don't need a body anymore. But here, the simplest thing you explained, we know, is that we don't need to be a sadhu or a sannyasi. There is no such thing as higher beings, but there are masters indeed. But when we say the interaction of balance and peace, this is what you explained, that in the soul life, every time we know the pain every time we go from there, the suffering, and we become sad, But in this knowledge of universal unified field, we are connected from inside. All souls are connected, and we can do that in a way in the energy level to get away from the solutions. Sometimes that becomes stone like this, And this is the relief all souls have. All beautiful hearts have. This is the simplest way, and you don't have to be very, very intellectual, and you have to be in the position of samadhi. You are in samadhi, you are in the giving position. you attain, you understand the balance, and there is peace always. So this is what you explain in colors, in the beauty, my dear Andreas, and it is so much truthful. As you say, the intention truthful goes in this way, in these colors, the star, not the box. So every time we enhance, the stars brightens more, illuminating more, and we can understand the other stars too, like that. When I was a teenager, I used to see. I still see the stars, and I love the night because of the stars, because of the beautifulest flowers, the fragrance, and here is the night, and the stars are shining. All we are stars. We are all stars in the soul level. We can understand. I used to see pathways in the stars, like gates, and something with their energy welcoming me to come to their house or to come to their city, like that. I still feel that, seeing the moon, seeing the stars, seeing the experience of the night, the beauty. So the moment of the deep, intense, the gravity, gravity of that magnitude we can experience. So this is the way in India we say samadhi, but as you explained it so beautifully, the yoga of love, light, and care. Thank you, my dear Andreas. Thank you always for your explanation. Thank you for your hard work and colorful way to explain. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So lovely. I am always surprised by Shweta and Andreas and all Stephanie and all knowledge seekers from Universal Council or not. And I thank you because nowadays it's so necessary to be cup and to invite all the planet in our cup and to enjoy, to feel the samadhi from our cup. So all human beings nowadays, it's compulsory, it's necessary, it's urgency to make harmony, equilibrium inside themselves in order to expand and to radiate outside this harmony, this peace, and receive as a resonance from outside inside the same feedback, like a boomerang. Let's think about our behavior and try to make the balance in ourselves and to send the intention at the spirit, at the heart level, and at the soul of man level at once, in the soul of these big players of the world, to change their mind, because our planet now is in danger to disappear if some crazy hands will play on these buttons of danger. Please, please, all the people of the planet at once, please, I beg you, send this intention of peace and of resolution of conflicts without conflicts in all places of the world. I beg Mother Mitra, I beg Mehdi to give the wisdom to all the humanity at once, to elevate the soul in order to create in themselves peace and be able to expand the fields outside to create the totality of the planet Earth in samadhi state, in peace, in equilibrium, love, care, and harmony. Our mother planet is waiting for us to help her. Mother planet now is very sad because humanity is not in equilibrium, and especially the leaders. We are connected all with leaders, with the soul of leaders, as Andreas beautifully explained here. If we want to have peace outside, we have to create peace in our side, each of us. All we are interconnected. If we have somebody which is in disequilibrium, everything will be disequilibrated. So let's send this wish, this intention, these fields of harmony, love, equilibrium, peace, and understanding between all the people of this planet. It's not important the nationality, because all we are one nation, one planet on this blue ship, which is the planet Earth. We need a ship to travel in this big universe, in this unicos. So, thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Solomina. Thank you, Andreas. Very good. I'm aware about the time, so if there are no more questions, I will pass to the next slides, because we got a few wishes from the Universal Council supporter as well before to close. So I don't know if there are any questions about for Andreas, and if not, we can pass to the next slide. Thank you.
Stefania, I would like to add just 3 more lines. As the
please do, yeah.
As I mentioned last week, the part B or 2 of it's actually just another way of seeing things. So I will just go for a couple of seconds in silence, and then I will start to recite. We wish to elevate our souls. We wish to elevate all the souls within us. And we wish to elevate all the souls around us. We wish to elevate our souls. We wish to elevate all the souls within us. And we wish to elevate all the souls around us. We wish to elevate our souls. We wish to elevate all the souls within us. And we wish to elevate all the souls around us. We wish to elevate our souls. We wish to elevate all the souls within us. And we wish to elevate all the souls around us. Thank you very much. That's all I have to say today.
We are present, my dear Andreas. Thank you.
Thank you. I do remember in the motion, this was not so come up in the motion, Andreas, where I don't remember when, but one wish, I think Mr. Keshe, when he said if you have to make one wish, we wish would be, I know that the common wish is peace, but also something where you have to elevate yourself, and anyone will get elevated. So I think there was something similar said in the module about this. Where you have to elevate yourself and then elevate everything around you. Thank you. We can go to the next slide if there are no questions. Yeah, so I think this is, I don't know if Mehran is she still here. I think there are some wishing from the Universal Council supporter. Mehran, do you want to read them?
Yes, darling. I just have mine. I just have my own.
Okay, but no, it's good. Please,
I don't see anything else. All
okay.
right. Well, the good news, the first time we talked about Yemen, seems like everything is going for the peace. And so I give the second wish for peace, and especially the children. So it follows as I give from my soul for the peace in Yemen, for them to receive their food and medications.
I am present, my dear.
I'm present.
Okay.
I am present.
It has been there 8 years of war, and not many people knew about that. And so I hope we can do something for that. And the second one is I really worked on the teaching of Mr. Keshe, because I thought, as you see, the best thing we can do is pass his message through our wishes. So it would be easier for these wishes come true and help what he wanted to be. Like we are the way to pass his message. That's how I see. And so I worked on that last one, and it follows. I give from my soul for having a correct life and understanding that our losses become the steps for others to progress. It's difficult to understand at first, but it's a fantastic sign of being humble and raises our soul.
I present, my dear Mehran.
Present.
I'm present.
I am present.
I am present.
Present.
If there is any question or anything to share, beautiful souls, please do.
But I know that the Italian community is very underneath, but is active slowly. I know that there is a knowledge seekers that, as I said before, in Italy, because of those restrictions, many people losing jobs. And so it's very good news to hear that some knowledge seekers, they are really working hard, and they start to do workshop face-to-face with many people, local people, and try to teach the plasma technology and see how they can support each other with different skills, you know, and how can plasma technology can be applied to the work of the community around them to lower the cost of survive and you know, increase maybe the food, you know. So he's been doing he's giving a report every week, and he's been doing a really good job. I asked him if he can do some picture, and then, you know, I hope very soon we share this picture as well. And other knowledge seeker, they really working hard on try to put together in Italian information that then is easier for other people who doesn't speak English to understand the plasma technology. So this was the update about the Italian group. We also have a good gathering doctors, Italian doctors, for creating different research. We'll let him know, Mr. Keshe, and also to prepare for the flying system. You know, we're just preparing. You know, like this, like has been said, you know, we're just preparing condition, and then things will happen that way. So this is the update from the Italian community. That's it. I know that the Brazilian is always active. I saw this fantastic video about this woman. I don't know her name, and she was going all around different places in Brazil, teaching the plasma Cup 1 and Cup 2, and doing seminars. That was really inspiring for me. It's something I would like to do. Yeah. So this is the update. I don't know if anyone wants to say anything about their community.
Thank you,
yes,
my
please.
dear, for the
Oh,
progress
sorry.
in Italian part. Thank you for your effort. Stefania. Thank you, Stefania.
Yeah, not me, it's all Italian. Sorry, go, Salomina, go.
Yes, Romanian community just asked me kindly to ask Universal Council, and especially Mr. Keshe, to remind us how to protect our own body, how to create a shield against the nuclear disasters, and also for the environment, how he did in Fukushima. So this shield for the human body and shield for environment. I think that this is not so a good idea, because we can give ideas to our outside. But my Romanian community asked me, so I did it.
Yes,
but we have to send positive wishes,
yeah,
to avoid this. Yes, thanks.
I think all the workshop today was based on that. You know, I'm referring, I know that you know, referring to the Romanian community, all the workshop of today. So we talk about, we were in silence and we connected the soul level. That is the most efficient, more powerful way. Then we also talk about the distribution of the plasma technology, and Krasimir really talked about that, how get to know the plasma product. It will make us understand more the power of it, and also we're gonna get enlightened by and we get elevated by interacting. So that is another way. Then there are so many ways. We talk about the wishes, all the things we do, or the plasma dome. Everything we do is because of that. Everything we do is targeting the cleanup of the environment, the empowering of the self, of the own self, and the bring peace and stop war and balancing the whole planet and beyond, because we just not stop in here. We go beyond the universe and universe. So everything we do in the Keshe Foundation and the workshop is all about that, from the distribution, from the workshop, from the teaching. We just talk about this over and over. So for the Romanian community, because you're already active with Gianni and all the people from the Romanian community, you're super active. So just take deeper the knowledge that we're sharing. I myself too, I realize sometimes we need to find the time to go deeper with all this knowledge that we keep in remind to each other's. Just take time to go deeper, because it's all here. It's up to us now to have the responsibility of understanding what we've been talking about and what we're discussing, and what we are, like the product, for example, even distribution, to really understand deeper what we're dealing with and what it's all about. And I think that is all our answers. And once we know better the technology, for example, I noticed, for example, it's true, I noticed Jalal, that he understood, to me, Jalal understood definitely deeper the technology. When I listen to him, I can learn, or it reminded me a lot of stuff that I felt in the Mojan. So going deeper and understand deeper, it will allow us to solve all those issues or problems, or, the problem are no problem when we use them as a tool to pass levels. So if we see all these as a tool to pass level, there is no problem and there is no bad, like Mr. Keshe said, nothing is bad in the universe. It's all good, but we need to pass level. So I see problem as not anymore as a problem, but for us to pass in levels of understanding and go deeper by doing definitely is the most thing. Doing, be good, do good, and think good. I hope I answer Salomena.
I think it'd be a good question for Mr. Keshe in the Knowledge Seekers Workshop, and maybe he could shed some light on that in terms of what might be done. The fields of radiations in space are very important for protection. So maybe it's time to open up part of that technology. So I'd suggest to formulate the question in a way that he might be inclined to answer it in the Knowledge Seekers Workshop.
Yes, thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Rick.
Yeah, because in the Fukushima, we don't, Mr. Keshe done this before. As I said, I remember the video where just in 15 minutes, it decontaminated 60% of the rice and water and earth.
There's a lot of information in those videos from that time period of Fukushima. There's a special video that came out around the 10th public teaching workshop, I believe it was. Or was it the 10th Knowledge Seekers? No, I think it was the 10th public teaching workshop. Before the Knowledge Seekers workshops came out, was a special Fukushima video workshop. So that has a lot of information that would be useful. Perhaps we'll have a look at that in the plasma reactor group, which is coming up tomorrow.
Brilliant. I will be there.
I think Mr. Keshe
Great
talked about
idea. Thanks.
I think Mr. Keshe talked about that in 425 knowledge seeker in answering Andreas today, Thursday. If you go back to answer and question with Andreas, we talked about that.
Mothirajan, question in the chat about getting in touch with the Keshe.
Sorry, you broke up there, Mark. Could you say again?
Mathirajan in the chat has a question about how to approach the university or how the university would get in touch with the Keshe Foundation. I would imagine it's about giving away a system or for them to apply. I know there's conditions.
And maybe Moti can talk because he's supposed to talk about this very briefly. So Moti, can you talk? Can you? I think if I remember well, but he was said in the meeting that to remind people, but I don't understand now if what he meant to make the email address or the contact address for university. Okay, thank you. We just put the link for the Fukushima for who's interested in the chat. Yes, so if I remember well, Moti wanted to just remind people the email to contact for university. They're interested on the flying system units. This is what I remember, but I don't know if it's correct. Sweta is correct. This.
Yes, it's correct. But if you have an interaction already, if you have contacts in the universities, or even if you don't have the contacts, you can use the letter that has been given to all for the contacts, and then as we know, we don't need a letter. But if you are interacting with the universities, the scientists, if you have connection, you can interact with the letter. You can use the letter, my dear Moti, if you can. And this is why what we have to do. If anybody has contacts with the universities, scientists, organizations, they can contact directly with the letter. And if they don't have the letter, we can post it in the Telegram. Anyone can post it wherever they think they should post, and they will get and from there many will be benefited. We have to take care of that also, you know. So this is correct, Stefania. Thank you, Moti.
I think these units are to be evolved. It's not already. They have to work on it. As I understood, it's not a material object we buy, so they have to evolve that according to what they need. You understand?
For my understanding, is that Mr. Keshe spent the last 50 years to develop this knowledge, and now he definitely if we gather in scientists and doctor and introduce this to university, and have people who can learn from what Mr. Keshe had already learned itself, so you don't have to invent the wheel twice, and take it further, develop it together further. So this is my interpretation of creating this collective group of scientists and doctors worldwide. They start to develop together further and learn whatever is already been discovered and take it further. That I think is the concept. So there is always space for improvement. Yes.
because that would be easy. Anybody with €1 million could have one at home, and couldn't know what to do with it. So there has to be some knowledge before that, and evolving that knowledge. And so that's the beauty of it. So everybody can catch up at the same time, the others. I see the future very beautiful. I have no fear of no wars. These wars won't last because the spirit of love and the spirit of peace is around. These last weeks, Mr. Keshe has given us some, they call it astuce in French, some keys, how to change our emotions, like the one that your loss is to be a step for others, and how to give. Like I have no doubt about the truth of these things. And I have testimonials about myself that they have seen these things on me, very astonishing. So I really believe that there is no danger of any war. There couldn't be. There are enough forces of peace and love and humanity to push away the forces of otherwise. So no worries, just love and good relation with people we didn't take care before, or just give and feel that we are here really to give. And as Mr. Keshe said, don't count what you do. You know, I say to my mom, okay, you know how much I spend every minute? We don't do that, because if we count what you do, it doesn't have any worth. So all these things Mr. Keshe says between the lines, they have given me the strength, and I feel like the results are there. And I wish the same for everybody. We have to go up together. So I'm very, very happy at the moment.
Okay, thank you, Mehran. We have a hand up here with Gail that we need to get in, and I know we need to end the workshop here soon. We're running quite a bit over, but go ahead, Gail.
Okay, I'll make it short, thanks. This is a wish for the area that I'm staying in. We're about to be switched from rural, traditional African area into township. And of course, that means high rates for sewage and water and all the rest. And my wish is that we can make a model community using Keshe technology, and it would affect the waste, because that will reduce the cost of all the sewage, and food, of course, is going to become scarce, and water is a huge problem. And again, the cost would be high, and energy and health. So roads can be done with technology. The costs can go way down. So my wish is that we can make it a model community using the technology.
I am present, my dear. Thank you.
I'm present.
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 I'm present.
I also
I'm present.
I also want to be present. Thank you.
It's a fantastic idea you have.
Well, I'm glad it's out there.
Yeah, little by little.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah, many knowledge seekers are on this line. Same things in Italian community. We have to find a way to get, work together, gradually more and more. I mean, already we do, but just work always more and more together so we can share knowledge and do these things faster. Yeah, I mean, it goes on speed, obviously. Yeah, but because there are many people sharing that the same wish. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Just in different areas, but it's the same.
I think that was the point of the workshop of Gianni in the Spanish workshop. Yeah.
We've been watching him. He's good.
Good.
Thank you, guys.
So it's very important to really get deep in the understanding. So then who is has got deeper understanding can share to others, and we will follow. Yeah.
Like walls that you don't have to use, you know, the heavy concrete, but we have to be careful because that also includes people's jobs. So we have to balance it.
Yes, I think so. All go together because as you go in deeper into the technology, to me, I mean, this is my understanding. You need less effort to create this balance from all of us, because we will have more possibility for everyone, and maybe no need of jobs. We won't need to work at the end because we'll be able to be self-sufficient in any ways.
That's what. Yeah, I'm praying. Me too. Everybody. But I know that there will be happiness when people realize they don't need so much money.
Exactly. That's why the collective work it's very important. That's why this platform it's very important, because it's the collective who will. The collective work they will bring this change, because everyone will implement the other, and together, you know, we can do this very quickly. But we have to. That's why I think as well the teaching are so important, and understand this technology is the key, because the more we understand, the more things we can do. And less, and the problem becomes smaller until there is no problem anymore.
Thanks for that. And I'm going to mention a very small little thing that one of the knowledge seekers said. Why do we have to put up with mosquitoes biting us and taking our blood? And so that means that once the fields are working on the planet and they can feed themselves, we won't have to worry about that anymore.
Thank you.
I had to put that in there. I've been bitten by one just now.
Yes, we definitely look forward to that day. Okay, is there anything else we need to bring up at this point? Shall we wrap things up?
I think we finish. Just remind about TV Galactic. I'm sure if Mary would be here, she would say it. And your reactor group tomorrow, I'm looking forward for the Fukushima workshop. I will be there. Thank you.
Yes, these are, we are here to serve, not to be served. The Universal Council. Thank you so much, beautiful souls. Salam, namaste, salute.
Thank you so everybody for being here. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Well, thanks to everyone, and thanks to the members of the Universal Council for being here and being there for all of us as representatives of the transition on this planet at this time. And yes, we have the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group coming up tomorrow. That's Wednesday, March 30th, starting at 7 a.m. Central European Summertime. Just note the time change for people that are outside of that summertime, that the time has changed once again for the European summertime, and that might affect your local time. So check your time clock to make sure it's correct. Starting at 7 a.m. Central European Summertime, and people are welcome to bring their plasma replications and concepts and things you'd like to discuss that are related to the plasma technology. Okay, this has been the 215th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice here on Tuesday, March 29th, 2022. Thanks, everyone, once again, and we'll see you in the next public teaching workshop. And I think that's it for now. We'll go out with the flight enhancement spaceship unit as per usual in these workshops. And we'll have a little clapping of hands and joy to go out with. That's your cue, Sweta.
Clap, clap, and dance, my dear. Thank you. Thank you. Always giving us so much happiness. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everyone.